And today the chief agreed with the district attorney, saying he too would like to have more resources to help police deal with the mentally ill. It is worth noting the chief also made a point of saying that the officer who fired his weapon is African American and that the suspect is also African American. The chief said that the officer had injured his knee and was under some sedation. So investigators of the Forced Investigation Division have not yet had an opportunity to speak to him. Live in downtown Los Angeles, Randy Page, CBS 2.
You know, one thing I'd like to say, when it comes down to these police matters with these unarmed men getting shot, unarmed black men, you know, I like to be fair with it. Now, in this case, the actual LAPD officer was African American. He was a black guy. Excuse me, who shot another unarmed black guy. This time in Venice Beach, California. 29-year-old Brendon Glenn. He was actually intoxicated, and he was walking around, you know, hugging people and just being overly friendly with the customers at this bar, on the outskirts of this bar down in Venice. And the authorities was called, and the unidentified police officer approached Brendon. And then from that point, with the suspect being very intoxicated, some words were exchanged and he started acting belligerent. And somehow a scuffle ensued. So then at that point, I guess the officer was tussling with the suspect, and the officer took it upon himself to shoot the suspect in the back, killing him instantly. So, at this point, I'm not sure if any witnesses have given their testimonies, but they said that the LAPD officer is going under psychiatric treatment right now, and he's going to be evaluated. And then from that point, the determination from Chief Charlie Beck will make the decision with the DA to see if this cop is allowed to be on the street anymore. So there you have it. Another unarmed, mentally ill, homeless guy shot and killed.
Meeting begins in 1 hour to address the controversial police shooting of a homeless man in Venice. The shooting seen on Windward and Pacific Avenues is now a growing memorial. CBS 2's Jeff Nguyen shows this now. He has live pictures, and he has more from the man's friends and a photo of the officer who might have pulled the trigger. Jeff?
Well, Pat and Paul, I want to show you the scene that's been playing out throughout the day. People have been gathering at this growing memorial where a homeless man was shot and killed by LAPD. In fact, some of his friends are still here right now. Some of them took part in a demonstration today that the police department says was peaceful. This is Dozer, the dog that belonged to a homeless man, identified as 29-year-old Brendon Glenn, who was shot and killed by an LAPD officer. Corey Gowan is now taking care of his friend's dog.
He knows Brendon's gone, man. He knows he's gone, and he knows he's gone for good. Animals aren't stupid.
The LAPD has confirmed that Glenn was unarmed during a confrontation Tuesday evening. That fueled anger during a march through Venice today to criticize the deadly use of force.
They're not giving us any information.
The demonstration ended outside the police department's Venice substation, which is steps away from where the shooting took place. Witnesses have said the officer seen in this picture on crutches is the one that shot Glenn. Today, we asked the LAPD if that's accurate.
Honestly, I can say he was at the scene, but I'm not going to be able to comment if that's the officer that was involved in the incident.
The LAPD has obtained security video of the shooting, which has not been released. Chief Charlie Beck has seen it. Yesterday, he said he was very concerned about the use of deadly force. The chief also said the unidentified officer has not been interviewed because he's under medication, so the department is waiting to talk to him.
They will do a walkthrough with the officer to kind of give an idea of what actually happened out here. Once they're done with that, the officer will be ordered to our behavioral science section, where they will do a debrief with them, make sure everything is fine with them, and then typically the chief will make a decision if he's going to return with the commanding officer of Pacific.
A witness says Dozier was with Glenn when he was shot to death.
His dog rolled up on him and took a nap on him, on his dead body, while he was bleeding.
And a town hall meeting is scheduled to take place in an hour. Members of the police commission as well as the LAPD are scheduled to attend the town hall meeting. We are live in Venice. Jeff Nguyen, CBS 2 News.
Jeff, thank you. Mayor Eric Garcetti says the public can be assured investigators will get to the bottom of what happened in Venice.
I don't want to prejudge it before we've investigated it, but I trust the system in the city. We've set up independent investigation, and that's what will happen. If police officers ever cross the line and break the law, they are expected to be held accountable just like the rest of us. And we'll make sure that the evidence is as robust as we can. We'll get the answers to this incident.
The mayor also says the city needs to double its efforts to get homeless and mentally ill people off the streets. He says nearly 3,800 people were placed in permanent housing last year.